Oh, you son of a guns! Everyone out there, you dead set legends, welcome to the Ready Bang, the number one arm wrestling live stream show in the world. I'm your host, the Aussie Arm Wrestler, and don't worry about winning over the top. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I am your 2019 Melbourne Cup left arm 80 to 95 kilo, third place getter. The most sought after trophy in the arm wrestling world. I tell you what, and let me, while everyone slowly comes in, let me just thank some very important people, my Patreon and YouTube bangers. For as little as 50 cents a week, you dead set legends, you're helping out the Aussie Arm Wrestler. And of course, all the money made from here goes back to the channel because I absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. Now, as you can see, I get a bit passionate when some Australians come on the show. I get a bit passionate when some Aussies jump on a plane and fly over and ready to conquer other countries. And of course, I am very excited. This man has 10,000 reasons to smile. He is the number one arm wrestler in Oceania when he conquered the overall right arm at Over the Top. I was a very, very proud man. Got some awesome photos from it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Anvil Lachlan Adair.
How you doing?
Mate, I'm doing fantastic. You are looking healthy. You are looking smooth. I love that you've put that you're better than Pavlo and Jaegers there, or Jaggers, or whatever he wants to call himself these days. He's getting there. Guys in the chat, can I please get a ready bang from all of you dead set legends? Show your love to my man Lachlan, Devon's forearm, Dan John, Jeremiah with a ready bang. Everyone's up there. Marcus Thompson in the chat. Everyone's just all talking to each other. Tell everyone that we are here. I absolutely love it. I've got a poll going in the chat, Lockie. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I've asked everyone, how many matches will you win on the weekend? 0, 1, or 2?
I ain't losing around, baby.
You're not even going to lose a round. Oh, yes. That's what I want to hear. I fucking love it when people come on here and do it. But yeah, how many matches? 24% are saying you're going to get beat both matches. 24% are saying you're only going to win one of them. And people like me in the 52% voted that you're going to win both of them. Mate, start from Over the Top. You came, you saw, you conquered. Unbelievable effort, what you're able to do. To pin Matuangi twice within an hour, impressive. How has things been from then till now?
Well, from then, it was I was at work the next day, right? The very next day. Started
the
at
biggest
7
kick
a.m.
in the dick I've ever seen. I was gonna bring that up. You've brought up, so let's talk about it, guys. If you don't know, I literally stood on a stage, interviewed Lockie on pay-per-view. We shared a laugh. Hey mate, $10,000. You go out, do a little bit of after pool and things like that. Then I go to bed. I wake up. I get invited onto the fix. You're onto the fix, and you had to leave early because you were literally parked out the front of work. So if that wasn't, like, we talk about adrenaline dumps in arm wrestling, if that wasn't the biggest reality kick in the dick of where the sport is at, you know what I mean? It's like you're the number one arm wrestler in Oceania. You've just won 10 grand. And then, okay, it gets to 11:30 at night. And it's like, adios, muchachos. I've got to, I got to go to work. What was that like, man? What was that feeling?
To be honest, even if I can end up living off arm wrestling, I think I'm gonna keep doing that because it was it's a real grounding effect, right? and that's okay. You know, it could have been better if it was the day after and I had a day to kind of bask in my winnings, if you will. But
Yeah.
I think it's really important when we've got events after events. I mean, it's just indicative of where we are in the sport. It's like, cool, I won number one in Oceania, awesome. But there is so much more to do in the arm wrestling world that this is why I'm here. You know, I didn't do too much after pulling because I couldn't afford to, you know, crank on my arm. That was going to take me longer to recover because I got to do well here. And we got Istanbul in August as well. So it's like I don't get a chance to kind of poke my head up and look at what I've done around me. It's head down, get back to work, and just keep grinding. So, and look, I think it's a good thing. Keeps me hungry, keeps me that momentum going, and yeah.
Wow, I'll tell you what, I was very impressed with your agility skills at Over the Top, because when the tournament was finished, I saw that you were ducking, dodging, and weaving to get away from the Aussie arm wrestler on the after pool table.
I was not.
Yeah, I was like, Lachlan, I was calling you out on pay-per-view, said, I want you, big fella, chuck that 10 grand on there, I'll chuck the trophy on there, and you did the old fake phone call, I got to get out of Dodge. No, it was awesome. Getting a lot of support, which is good, in the chat, and so you bloody should. Dan John is like, the Anvil has cometh. We've also sent the link out to some other people, so hopefully they come on and join. Adam Hasty says, I need to check Jager's out. No idea, but I've got Lachlan beating Pavlo, which is good. You should all just go and get a few dollars, and if you can, just chuck it on my man Lachlan. Trust me, chuck it on my man Lachlan. Marcus Thompson says Lachlan doesn't even get out of bed anymore for less than 10K.
I wish.
And Fart just says, ready, Bangsy, poo. That's just, you know, that's just,
okay.
that's just
Cool.
what the chat brings. AW
Explain Austin. So he's ranked number 11th in the over 242-pound class in the super heavyweight division. And person above him is Wayne Withers, then Chance Shaw. Like, he's kind of the gatekeeper to that elite level super heavyweight. Now, originally I was meant to have Pavlo, but something happened, don't know what, and I ended up with Austin. But look, Pavlo's ranked number 5 in the under 242-pound division. He's ranked number 1 in the under 230-pound division. So we're both coming in heavy. I'm like 250. Like 100,
Gives a flex.
112 kilos. Yeah, and I think he's coming in something similar, like the 246 to 248, kind of around there. I think. So, you know, we're pretty equally matched in weight. Austin's been on a real tear lately. Like, he's been beating everyone lately. So, look, it's a good match. You know, I did Todd, and that was like, let's go to the top. It's like, all right, I don't know. We still don't know where I am now. So now we're figuring out where on earth do I stand in the American rankings. And look, we still might not know after this. It might be.
Yeah, we will. When you crush, when you treat Austin Jaggers and Pablo like garlic, and you crush them.
It's going to be like, we don't know where he is, but he's in the top part somewhere. So,
Look, it's going to be proper exciting, and I think Toddzilla has done you a massive favor because, yes, you know, the match didn't go the way that you want to, but Toddzilla ain't losing around for a long time.
Dude, he's beating everyone. When he beat Irakli, I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. And it's funny, I always think back because it's like, in the moment, I'm like, oh my God, my mind, like the left side of the brain, like, is like, oh my God, Toddzilla is on a tear. And then on my right side of the brain, it's like, oh, okay, Lachlan, Chance, you know, it wasn't that bad. Like, it doesn't matter what your name is. If you're taking on Toddzilla, the inevitable is going to happen.
I want a rematch though, but not this year.
Yeah. Brock Lewis in the chat. He's preparing for Western Australian state titles this weekend.
Thanks, Brock.
And he says, "Good luck, Lachlan. Keep pumping it out, Jakey. I'll try. I'm trying, man. Billy Brown says, ready, bang, bro. Brian Nagy. Don't know how to pronounce your last name. You dead set legend. Says, ready, bang. Marcus Thompson's like, oh, stop photoshopping those arms.
Stop photoshopping. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Ain't no Photoshop here, man.
should have seen it, Marcus. Got to over the top, bumped into Lockie. We're giving each other hugs and everything. And lucky I was wearing long sleeves because I gave Lockie a slap on the back, like a good luck. Hey, Lockie, good to see ya. And my arm just went purple. Granite concrete, the big fella, which is good. Kevin Davis is saying you better keep out of the super heavyweight class, mate.
I'll go where I want.
Yeah, goes in there. Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin. Yeah. But I'll do what I want.
Yeah, I do what I want. I do what I want. So that's going to be as everyone is jumping in the chat. Thank you very much. Make sure you give this video a like and tell everyone. A couple of Aussies are hanging and banging, slinging and slanging. So originally, left arm was supposed to be Vrej.
Yeah.
I know you've had to say this a million times, but everyone watches my channel. So explain to people why that match fell through.
He pulled out. He said he had some family stuff he needed to sort out, and he couldn't be 100% for the match. I appreciate that. People wanting to be absolutely 100% to have the match with me is a respectful thing. So I'll take that as a compliment. And yeah, all good. And you got to tend to family. Family first, arm wrestling second. So
100%. I'm big on family, but do you know what I might think just might happen? I think Vrej's family were all at the dinner table. They just happened to look at Facebook and they went, Vrej, we've seen this Lachlan Adair that you're supposed to be pulling. Please don't do this. Put yourself in immediate arm wrestling danger. And then the family were getting all hysterical and they're crying. And
I had an intervention. Nah.
If I were guessing, no. Okay, that's fair enough. You and I have spoken on camera and off camera. We're always big on family first, arm wrestling second, because you've got a nice little young family there that support you all the way. So of course they're going to be number one.
Yeah.
So then talk us through. I'm a big fan of how matches get organized. I'm a bit of I love doing like fantasy booking. Oh my God, what if this person pulled this person? What if this? And now promoters are out there and you've grown a good relationship with Paul Italia Promotions. This is the second time he's either assisted or promoted or funded getting you over.
Paul takes care of me big time. Paul, like everything I've offered to pay, he won't let me pay for anything. I'm in this penthouse suite at the Sheraton in Petaluma, which is like wine country. And Callie's been driving me around everywhere, showing me the sights. Just been amazing. So, yeah, if anyone gets an opportunity to be part of one of Paul Italia's promotions, do yourself a favor. Get on it. He'll look after you.
There we go. All right. I've just got to, okay. Speaking of Paul, he's just messaged me. I've just got to send the link to his email. For some reason, he can't do it through his phone. So I'm just going to quickly send that now while the chat go absolutely nuts. And Lockie just gives a bit of a flex. So if I go there.
What? The neck?
Got to make sure I get his email right. Tibbles at gmail.com. And then, all right. So I've sent it to your email, I think. Just comment in the stream as well. Just comment in the stream if you can't get on, Paul. We'll go from there. Someone you might know says, a legend, can't wait to watch this weekend.
Not mine.
Big Ryan. Something very interesting happened with you, Ryan. I sent you a message. Very interested. I'd like to get your response, but we can talk about it another time. Kentucky Arm Wrestling wants to know. So what does Lachlan think the score will be? 3-2 or what?
3-2. No, 3-0.
Yes. 3 zeros. That's what we want. Okay, so you've been involved. It's you get very well looked after. No. Paul, oh, that's why. Bloody hell. All right, one last attempt, Paul. One last attempt.
I think with Pavlo left-handed, it's probably the closest match. And I've only been training my left again for a couple of months. But I'm left-handed, so it's like with all the pull-ups and the benching and everything that I do, it has it's a real awkward angle that I'm able to pull off with it that I can get my whole frame behind. So it'll be interesting to see. Just, is it a Travis Abajan effect? Never train my left and it still stays awesome, and just smash the shit out of my right, and the left just kind of keeps up. So,
wow, let's get a poll with the left hand. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to create a poll. Who wins? Let's go. Lockie. Pavlo.
He likes to pull inside too, so I'm not thinking I'm gonna. Hey, there's the man.
I'll get an introduction for him in a minute. I've just got to thank Marcus Thompson, who is just unbelievable. He's just an absolute rock star. He's a big supporter of the Aussie Armwrestler, and he's keeping the dream alive. Marcus Thompson, you dead set legend, says Lachlan. We call him the Money Slam, but him or his mate gave him that nickname.
With $100 super chat. 100
euro. But he does this on the daily for me.
Right. Look at that unit. Put your wings away, man.
Lachlan, you look like you're level up to the next boss level. Did Over the Top give you more confidence, or did you change anything up after the Todd match?
Both. So after the Todd match, I said to Todd, hey, where do you think I need to personally work on? What was the most easy thing to expose with me? And he gave me a bunch of exercises, gave me some ideas. It was, very conceptual as well. Said, work on that. I worked my ass off on those things. And then we come to the Over the Top. Now, I'm someone that responds really, really quickly to different stimulus. So give me something new. It only takes me 2 or 3 weeks, and I've already made improvements. So we had that. When I came to the Over the Top, and I was able to use what Todd taught me to the point where I knew I had the top roll. First round, that was good. Transition to the press. Lovely jubblies. I've been training that. But the second one, I thought, let's see if I can press him off the go. Didn't commit. Ended up on my bicep, and it was a very Todd-looking angle where I kind of edged him over, used my elbow, and finished in the press. So had I not lost to Todd, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to train in the way that he said I should, and be able to trust my elbow, develop that elbow a little bit, and just have that time and confidence to think when I get out here and I'm not in a good position. It's like, that's right, don't panic, just keep on doing what you're doing and work from there. So it was a mixture of both. So confidence is obviously up since Over the Top, because I was able to pull off what I had learned from the match with Todd.
There you go. So because of Toddzilla, bang, Lachlan wins $10,000. I think people just underestimate how intelligent you can be on the table, Lachlan. But as this man takes about 47 attempts to light up his cigar, let's introduce him. This man is trying his best to fly the flag in arm wrestling. He's come on probably in the last 2.5 years, and really wants to help anyone and everyone. He runs the Italia promotions, Italia Arm Wrestling Promotions. You'll see the IAP on a lot of posters out there. The guy just wants to make sure arm wrestling hits the next level, and spends a lot of his own money, which sometimes people just forget. He dips into his own pocket to ensure people get matches. Paul Italia, welcome to the Aussie Arm Wrestler Show.
What's up, fellas? How you doing tonight?
We are doing really good. Paul, let's just get a small bit of the background before we get into this weekend's matches, which is going to be unreal. I'm very excited for. Of course, got my man Lockie in there. Why arm wrestling? What were you doing beforehand? Obviously, you're keeping yourself in shape, but why arm wrestling?
So about 2.5 years ago, I was training in a gym up in North Cal by Petaluma, California. And if you all know, Petaluma is the birthplace of arm wrestling. So I'm training in the gym there one day, and I'm in one of my typical beast mode sessions and just really getting it in. And this couple comes up to me, and they're like, "Hey, you should try out arm wrestling and all." So I'm like, what do you mean try out arm wrestling? And they're like, it's a big thing. It's a big sport. We actually throw practices every Sunday. And I think it was like Friday night or whatever. And I was actually had one of my friends in from New York. And I was like, you know what? I said, you got to practice this Sunday? And they said, yeah. So I said, all right, we'll go give it a chance. So, I go over there and it turns out it's Eric Waffel and Nancy Locke,
Good
so,
people.
got on the table with Nancy Locke, and I couldn't believe this little 127-pound lady was so strong. And I'm like, I'm working out all the time, and she's giving me a match. So, I was just hooked right from the beginning there. So, I came in real hard, real fast, and of course, me, I get obsessed whatever I get into, and I wanted to be the next John Brzenk. So I was on a mission 2-3 times a day training, kind of overdid it, popped my bicep tendon. So that was a little setback, but actually, now that I look back at it, it really wasn't a setback, because what it did do was it got me into promotions, which I probably never would have went that route. I just wanted to be an arm wrestler, but rather than just sitting around and doing nothing with myself, I was like, let me start promoting. Started hanging out with Travis Bajan. We hit it off right away. Went a bunch of his events in Texas, fell in love with the whole process and everything. And next thing you know, I'm promoting events, throwing events all over the country. So that's how it all begun. And I'm hooked. I'm all in. I had another bicep tendon surgery after that. So I went through 2 bicep tendon surgeries in 2 years. So I'm not looking to compete as much right now with arm wrestling. I still arm wrestle. I still hold practices at my house, but I'm more concentrating on spreading our great sport right now. And that's where I'm going all in right now.
Yeah, there's 3 options, and you can only be 2 of them. You can be a really good arm wrestler, you can be a real good promoter and YouTuber, and you can be a real good partner, husband, boyfriend, or whatever. It's very hard to do all 3. So you and I, Paul, we look after our partners and do our promotion and YouTubes. We're not really arm wrestling. We'll train, we'll compete here and there, but we'll do that. Where Lachlan's big family man and trains hard and gets big money matches, and doesn't do the YouTube as much. It's hard to do all 3. It is very hard. What I want to know, and I just see you two gaze into each other's eyes in the screen when Paul pumped on the show. Lockie got the giggles, and Paul's not in his head, and he's like, Lachlan's my boy. And if I could, I'd have love heart emojis all over the screen. There's a bit of a bromance, and I'm a big fan of bromances. I absolutely love it when 2 people just meet and 2 people just click, and you just happen. It was like, shit, man, how come we haven't spoken our whole life? How did the Lachlan Paul Lachlan, how did this, whether it's a relationship, a partnership, just a couple of brothers hanging and banging, I'll start with you, Paul. How did this come about? I don't know what's happened. Paul? Lachlan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Paul's frozen. Something's gone wrong with Paul's Wi-Fi. Paul?
Jake, I got to say, brother, you're cutting up like crazy. I can't, we're glitching.
Yeah,
I don't hear anything you're saying right now. It's just frozen.
Something's wrong with your internet or something, because Lachlan and I are fine, and the chat are saying that we're fine. There's something on your end, Paul.
I'm not hearing anything.
Okay. I'm just going to type in the chat. Something is wrong.
You hear me, Paul? Nah.
Hopefully he reads the chat. Yeah, there he goes. So
Welly thing.
That's right. We're going there. All righty. It's the Austin Jaegers frozen dial up strikes again.
Yeah.
Ryan reckons they must be punking you. It's perfectly clear. Yeah, I just gave a big, massive rap for you guys. But you tell us, how did this happen with you and Paul? How did the relationship build up?
I guess it all came about with the whole Toddzilla saga that we're not going to go into too much detail with, but with the back and forth there, and that was going to be a huge promotion. And Paul Italia was obviously going to be involved with that quite heavily. So we're just chatting, and then after the years went by because of COVID, just stayed in contact, and then we met up for real in West Virginia.
Yeah,
and we
nice
just
one. Paul, can you hear us?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy, bro. It froze up on me. I heard sound like a robot.
Arm wrestling internet. I was just telling, do you want to let us know how the beautiful relationship between you and Lockie started?
I just said we started with the Toddzilla thing first and the big promotion, and then we met in West Virginia and just everything clicked. So,
hell yeah. And I mean, from day one, brother, I stayed in touch with Lachlan. We always had that power lift and bodybuilding bond from day one. I would always talk with him and Ryan Bowen a lot. So, we just stayed in touch. And then when we finally got to connect, like the Toddzilla match in Virginia, we got to hang out in person and just had a great time, just hit it off. And Lachlan's really, he's real. What he says, he does, and he's not scared to pull anybody. And there's no games when you work with him. So, I'm about that. I like working with stand-up guys.
Yeah, beautiful. So then, when it came to booking these matches, how two questions. One, how do you go about trying to tee up the right matches? Like, do you ask around? Do you get some research? Are you just going off your own whim? That'd be the first question. And second of all, why Austin and Pavlo for Lockie?
All right. So basically, when I'm looking for matches, I got two different criteria that I use. First is I like to find the local guys that everybody locally knows them, but they're not so much known around the country. And I like to take guys like that, and I like to bring them around the country, size them up around the different regions, and see where they really stack up and on there. So, some examples would be Brandon Elsessor. Another guy would be John Breida, and guys like that, man, they need to get more of a shot, get their name out there, because, I mean, they're quality arm wrestlers. It's just, they haven't really got their shot yet. Second, why I chose Pavlo and Austin Jaegers for Lachlan. So the first time Lachlan came in, we had him set up against Toddzilla. Now, that's not really fair. He's 6 years in. Toddzilla is probably one of the strongest men on this planet. So we didn't really gain too much intel from that. With Pavlo happens to be number one in the 230 class left hand. He's also on over the rankings, and he's number 5 with his left. So I just kind of wanted, in the 242 class, that is. So I wanted to get somebody that's around Lachlan's size. I wanted to get somebody that was highly ranked. This way we could get some real intel from this. So if he beats Pavlo with that left, now we know he's in the top 5.
Whoa. When he beats Pavlo with that left, don't you be coming on and disparaging the good goddamn name of Lachlan Adair on my channel there, Paul.
But you got to remember, Jake, I'm the promoter, brother. There's no taking sides on this. Lachlan's my boy, but so is Austin and Pavlo. So, I'm not taking no sides. I'm just setting this match. That I'm excited to see this, to really find out where Lachlan's hand go left and right. Now, Austin Jaegers is just, he's the gatekeeper. I feel like he's right at that door in the super heavies, and he's the one that if you want to get to that elite level, you got to knock in, you got to get through Austin Jaegers. So I think this is going to be a good one. And Austin also has an advantage in this match. He's coming in at 290. Lachlan, I mean, we just had that In-N-Out burger, and he ordered a couple burgers, so he might be up at 260 by now. But really, he's gonna be about 250 the day of, I believe.
We might have to change Lachlan's name to Fat Guts. He was telling me his order.
Still got abs, bro. So don't be coming at me with that nonsense.
Well, okay. So this weekend, it's a two-day event. Robert Kelly and the crew are taking care of the Friday night. Uncle John's pulling there, and then of course the Saturday. While we're talking about it, and Lockie, I'll go with you because I was very, very intrigued when I first saw this one. I thought it was very interesting. You get the call up, and we've got some mega matches for you. But we got to pull on home plate at a baseball game. For me, that's different. I like different because, like, one, sometimes it doesn't work, and two, sometimes it's a different scene. It's not a pub. It's not someone's garage. It's a sport in another sporting event. So I was very intrigued. So when Paul gives you the details, says, "Hey, bro, just getting in there. We're going to pull on home plate." That's, my poor Italia impersonation. I'm rubbish with accents. I can't even get mine right. What were your thoughts, mate? Home plate, let's do it.
Oh, yeah. I think, like, the event, we have so many people there, and 99.9% of them are not arm wrestlers. So we're going to be mic'd up. For someone like me, that's fine. Like, you know me, Jake, I'm a fairly fast-talking sort of guy. Once I'm actually talking, it's like I'm either dead silent or you can't shut me up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was excited. And look, with my history of performing both, I don't know, you forget, I used to be a music nerd. So I'd spent a lot of time on stage by myself, doing my own thing with the spotlight. So it is somewhere I'm comfortable. I'm no more or less nervous depending on the venue. I'm just focused on my opponent. So, but to have the opportunity to go like big like that, go big public, and just get, I don't know how many people are going to be there, but it's going to be a lot of fresh eyes in the sport. Going to be a lot of questions, a lot of curiosities. It's going to help that we're mic'd up as well. So I'm just, as an arm wrestler who wants to make this bigger than ever, I'm really excited. So
well, last time I checked, I heard that they're actually moving the event to Shea Stadium, so you can have 150,000 there watching. That's what I'm hearing on the old interwebs. Now, if anyone's friends with Paul Italia or follows Paul Italia on social media, the guy hates baseball, hates sitting front row for his beloved Yankees. He hates it. So, Paul, obviously your love of baseball's got to having it there. Like I'm a huge pro wrestling fan, so I'm going to start reaching out to local pro wrestling, say, hey, during your intermission, can we have an arm wrestling match? So how did you, is it through friends? Did you just hunt down the people that run the venue? I don't know if anyone else is, but I'm very intrigued for some of these behind the scenes stuff. How did you end up getting home plate at this baseball game?
So it all started with my friend Jim Coyle, who we all know, 50 years in our arm wrestling sport, is a legend. And Jim actually was the guy that he got contacted by them. And, we throw a lot of arm wrestling events in Oklahoma, and they're looking to get some action in there. They want to get more eyes on their baseball stadium and all that. So that's kind of how we locked it in. Now, when I went and did the tour, I flew in for a couple of days just to go check out the venue, make sure that was up to everything we needed and all. And then I seen, I'm like, yo, we could do this home plate. I seen this huge Jumbotron screen. I'm like, oh, there we go. I mean, this is perfect place to spotlight this. So they thought it was a great idea. We got a baseball game going right after that. We're going to open up the stadium an hour early. We're going to get all the public in there beforehand. And now we're going to get all these non-arm wrestlers to see this great show we're going to put on. And I mean, I think it's going to get a lot of eyes. I think we're going to get a lot new fans. And, I'm just trying to think outside the box. We got to start finding new ways to bring people in. Because, everybody says, oh, I love what you're doing for the sport. But really, what am I doing for the sport other than entertaining the arm wrestlers? That's great and all, but I want to go bigger. I want to get this sport bigger. So now I'm going to start figuring different ways to attack this. I want to get all the fitness guys. I want to get all the MMA guys. I want to get baseball guys. Anything that I have any kind of love for or passion, I'm going to bring them all together so that we can, get everybody into this arm wrestling sport. And I got to say, I want to shout out to Larry Wheels because, as of recent, in the last 6 months, I can't tell you how many times I'm at the gym and people come up to me and they're like, yo, how the hell you get so jacked? What do you do? And all. So, of course, I say I'm an arm wrestler. And the first thing they say right away, oh, do you watch Larry Wheels in Dubai? And I'm like, yo, this man's doing it. Yeah, that's the way. So he's my motivation. He inspired me to do this. And now I'm thinking outside the box. And you're going to see the rest of 2022 and 23. We're going to go and we're going to attack all those other industries and we're going to bring them into arm wrestling.
Yeah, beautiful. So then how many matches will be on home plate?
So it's just going to be that one main event match. The other super matches are going to be right where the tournament is, which is right behind center field. So we're going to have those there, and then we're going to move everybody over to the front of the stadium. All the public's going to come in. 6:30 p.m. at home plate is when it's going to take off. And it's going to be, as you all know, Austin Jaggers going to war with Lachlan Adair. And, oh, man, I'm expecting a show. And I went and got the best in the game. So I got the 2 top commentary. I got Don Underwood, which we all know, famous arm wrestler, celebrity. He was on Game of Arms. And we got Mox Tobin, who was the man at WAL. He was their commentary. And, of course, the video it all and do the high-quality edited version. I got to get the best in the game. We all know who that is. Brad Cook with the 217. He's coming through, and we're going to put something epic together for you guys so you guys can all enjoy this.
So will it be live streamed, Paul? Will we get to see this match live streamed?
So you guys get over to my YouTube channel, Paul Italia YouTube channel. I'll be providing the live stream. But all I ask is I'm not letting anybody film any of the other super matches. They're all going to be on my live stream. But like I said, Brad Cook is going to put us together a masterpiece. I really want some quality out of this. I know, and with a venue like this, we really got to showcase this in the proper way.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I'm very excited. I think it's going to be unreal. I don't know if Lachlan's got the cardio, though, to pull a left-hand super match and then walk all the way down from center field to home plate. So I think
we got a couple hours in between. We got a couple of hours in between. But hey, Clint just asked this question. Which stadium is it while we're talking about it?
So it's One Oak Stadium, which is the LA Dodgers minor league ball team stadium. They're called the Tulsa Drillers. So this is like a big deal. So the people that I'm dealing with at the stadium is the LA Dodgers. And what they've already told me is they want to do this annually. We really connected with them. And they said, if this goes over good, we want to go and do LA at the LA Dodger Stadium. So, I mean, guys, this is going to get huge because, anything I get into, I go all in on this. So we're going to put a show on, and then next we'll be doing this in California at the LA Dodger Stadium. And we're just going to keep getting bigger and bigger.
That's what we always love to hear. If one of my moderators could please put Paul's link in the chat, and then afterwards I'll chuck it in my description so we can all see it. Jeez, it's going to be awesome. So at the moment, 72% of people in the chat think Lockie wins on the left arm. So let's talk about this main event matchup. I just got to redo the poll to see what people think when it comes to Lockie versus Austin. So I'll just redo the poll. Who wins? Lockie Jaggers.
Look at that double bicep pose, Lachlan. Looking dangerous over there. You got a license for those guns, brother?
Well, those arms, they look like arms, but only smaller. Like, I really like my t-shirt, so I'm not going to flex. I don't want to rip it, but it's very cute what you both got there. Yeah, there it is. You'll have to zoom in on that so we can actually see them. No, you're both in phenomenal shape, guys. This is going to be an awesome event. So now, Lockie, main event time. You're a confident man, and I absolutely love it. Now, I'm very interested when it comes to main event matches because it's a stepping stone in your career. Of course, I'm one of the biggest ones to fly the flag. If I can see it, an Australian on top, mate, I would absolutely love it. So are you the type of puller for this match to continue on your path, do what you do best, or have you been looking at some of Austin's footage and train any sort of defensive, or if he goes here, I'll go there? What's been the strategy for the lead up?
Strategy, it'll all be worked out after round one. Okay, so I had watched a lot of his videos. I've been watching him compete. I've been watching him train. And I watched some videos of him in the gym and stuff like that. And to be honest, I see holes everywhere. I see a very open angle, and someone who's kind of a shorter arm wrestle. If someone's given me that length, that's just the way they arm wrestle. That gives me so much opportunity to get inside my frame and just back it up all the way. So I'm very confident with that press. Very, very confident in that press. Before, over the top, I was training with Big Marcus on my right hand, and we had two hands going at the same time, and I was pushing so hard in that press that I ripped up like I was bleeding from the strap cutting into my wrist. Just kept on pushing it. I just wanted to see how much pressure I could put behind it before it busted. It didn't bust. My skin gave out on the strap before my elbow did. So look, I'm very confident in that press, both wrist controlled and with my wrist back. He's taller than me, but that comes with its own disadvantages for him. And what that allows me to do is right in my wheelhouse. So, I got a couple of different options that I can pull off against him, but I've got the strategy for what if this happens in round one, what am I going to do? Versus, if I do what I want to do and it just feels like, okay, I can kind of go anywhere here, then that's what we do.
Is it best of 5, 6-round super match? What's this one?
Best of 5.
3-0, easy. Swisher Sweet says, well, what an opportunity. Best of luck with the event. King Hodder says, I watched him destroy a lawnmower. The schmo. Lachlan is too far.
I hate mowing that lawn. That's the worst. That's like the one thing that that's a kick in the dick, right? Because after over the top, 2 days later, what do you think I'm doing? Boom. Mowing that lawn. Oh, I hate it.
My nerves are setting in because Paul Tully's come on and he's live streaming and his internet's a bit wonky at the moment.
You might have to...
It better be sorted. Now, I'm sure Paul will have it all sorted out. As you can see, sometimes we can all have a bit of fun at his expense, myself included in the caption game on Maximum Bang Monday. But you can see the guy's just he's won me over. The guy's very, very passionate about the sport. Puts in a lot of money. He's constantly working the cogs behind the scenes, and he's given my man Lockie an opportunity. 81%. Hopefully Paul jumps back in the stream. 81% of you are saying Lachlan wins. So all things go according to plan, my man. The Anvil just drops it down, pancakes a couple of arms, 3-0. Where to next? So we all know you've got the August massive matchup at East versus West. But is there someone in Europe? Is there someone in the States? Is there someone that's popped up in Australia that, if given the right time frame, that you would love to just have a crack at?
In Australia, look, if Brett gets back up to 105 kilos, left-handed, I'd love to have that match. But right-handed, not really. I'll give anyone a go. I don't care. I think I'm never going to be someone who turns down a match because I think I'm a level above or some bullshit like that. Like, that's not how I roll. If you think you're good enough to have a crack, I'm happy, man. Anytime, any place. So, I'm good. In terms of the States, this is all going well. In my weight class, the list becomes pretty short, right? Because he's ranked, number 5 in the 242, both left and right. Pavlo, I'm talking about. And I think he's ranked in the over 242 pound class a little bit lower than Jaggers. So that gives me a really good place to start. So who's next? We got Ron Bath, We got Marcio.
Ooh.
Marcio is a beast right now. I think he's the top.
He looked very impressive.
I think it goes Todd, Marcio. I know Matt Mask probably is in that 250-pound range as well. And then he goes Matt Mask, and then I think we've got Ron Barth, and then there's Pablo. So my next logical step would probably be in that weight class, Ron Barth. One day I'd love to give Chance Shaw and have a crack. I do think right now I've got the win on that. We both saw what we did against Todd, and we're two very different pullers. He really committed to that outside move. But Todd's funny, yeah? He always says, I struggle against tall top rollers, but he always beats them. So...
No, Todd's a different beast. I tell you what, I would love to have that Ron Barth Lachlan match, but I'd love to have that here. Like if we can get that over here at the end of the year, and then just get like a queen of the table thing, because Angie will come as well, and just get 30 women to see if we can how many matches until Angie gets pinned. It's a bit of a side thing, so Angie gets involved, because as it is, we don't have an Australian woman. I think she crushes Vicky Vitale easy, who's our best. So
look, it would have been Sarah had she been fully recovered from a previous injury, which unfortunately she wasn't fully recovered. And, we've seen the updates on her Facebook. Her flexor attachment has full thickness tear. So, and a tricep tear as well. Didn't so much appreciate the girl who was on the other end who took credit for hurting her. I was like, no, don't do that. That wasn't you, little miss. That was an injury that happened well before. Like, Sarah's been a beast in Australian arm wrestling for years, and to get that squirt come up and try and take credit for doing that to someone, I was like, I'm not for that. As you know, Sarah
early on, because I spoke to the other competitor and just explaining to her, because she was very distraught. She was very upset when it happened, and I was having a chat with her, and I was like, you didn't do anything wrong. That's just arm wrestling. It wasn't your pressure, the way Sarah hit and everything like that. And then I checked out a bit of social media a little bit later, and I got a bit of the... Really?
Yeah.
Really? I got a bit of the Lachlan Adairs about it as well. And I was like, and plus, Sarah Rodwell's an amazing lady, a very nice person. I know you two have a strong friendship. So,
we both came. We're born on the same day. We came with the same powerlifting background. So, and I tried not to be too biased in that reaction, but I was like, no, that's just not what we do. When I've hurt someone, I've never shared it. I've never taken credit for it. Ryan edits out those injuries as well when someone's broken their arm. We don't see it, because it's not something we like to celebrate, that's someone's livelihood.
It's the number one fear. Oh, you do arm wrestling. Aren't you worried you're going to break your arm? It's like,
she didn't break it. Her bones were fine. That was the thing.
I heard, I was right behind Sarah, and I heard the grrr, and I was like, oh, you poor thing. And I'm glad that she's doing well.
Muscle tearing off the bone. And she took it like a boss, dude. She was there looking pissed off more than anything. She was like...
She just sat there and went, I've done something. And everyone was like jumping all over her. But she's like, I'm fine. Someone will just have to take me to the hospital. And then she was back by the end of the night. Boss. Back by the end of the night. Sarah's awesome. I messaged her a couple of times afterwards to ensure that she's okay, because she's, we need nice people in the sport, and just because you're injured, it doesn't mean you're forgotten about. So I just wanted to let her know, hey, we care. Yeah. Well, I care, Lockie cares, and a few of us care. So I hope the outpour's gone well for her for that.
Yeah.
Now, Lachlan, come on the show. Everyone's got to play a game. Everyone's got to play a game. And, of course, I want everyone in the chat to play as well. And it's called Pin One, Lose One, Get Rid of One. It's the name. Everyone loves playing this one. It causes such controversy, ends friendships and relationships. And we'll go for there. I'm going to give you the name of 3 pullers, somewhat. And you've got to tell me which one you would like to pin, which one you would like to lose to, and which one you would like out of your life for 12 months. Key word there. Listen carefully. So the first one is your man, the Aussie arm wrestler. The second one is the man that has flown you over, wine and dined you, looked after you, couldn't get his internet right, took 37 attempts to light a cigar, and that is Paul Italia. And the third one, I'm a bit nervous saying this one, is that lovely wife of yours.
Oh, fucking hell.
Had to throw that spatter in there. I was playing it. I was like, who could be the third one? Because Paul will be on the show. It'll be me and Paul. I'll put him on the spot. Who could be the third one? And I was like, I'm not big on bringing up other people's wives and things like that. I try and be very respectful. I thought, oh, it's a fun and game, and you know where I'm at. So, yeah, they're your choices. Probably go easy on the chat. If you're choosing to get rid of Heather, don't play this game. Do not. It should always be lose. So put her in the lose. If you are playing this game, it's either pin me or pin Paul or get rid of me and Paul. Everything is fine. But you have to answer
goodness.
this.
So I'm gonna go.
Be careful now. I know Mrs. Adair's a huge fan of the show.
I'm gonna let my wife beat me.
Smart.
I'm
Congratulations.
gonna
You still have a healthy marriage.
I'm gonna arm wrestle Paul, and I'm gonna let you live for another day.
You're kicking me out of your life for 12 months.
Well, here's the thing. The stadiums, bro, it's just about the stadiums. If you had stadiums, then, we would, it might be different. But, like, I still love you, and I want to see you after a year. And
Hello. Oh, Ryan Bowen. Awesome. Yeah, I'd love to replace you on the stream. Yeah, let me see you the link. Yeah, I've got Leonard Adair on. I think his name is. Whatever. Smart choice.
Just a year. We've lived through COVID. It'll be okay. We'll be fine. I promise. If COVID didn't beat us, 12 months won't be either. It's all right.
I feel like you've just broken up with me.
And we have a big catch up after a year. I'll take you out. I'll wine you. I'll dine you and your lovely wife. We'll do a big show. I'll stay at a hotel, and I'll bring you out to a hotel as well, and we can do podcast every day. And then I can let you beat me there too. How's that, hey?
Look, okay. How'd
I dig my way out of that one?
That is the biggest grave I've ever seen on this show. I'll tell you what. But a very smart choice because Paul Italia is paying your bills and he's looking after you very well. So very, very smart choice. Yeah, of course I'm stirring the point, Marcus. Travis Beckley says, where's this tournament? Lockie, tell them all because I believe it goes round robin tournament super matches.
It just says, where's this tournament? It is at the Drillers Stadium in Tulsa, Oklahoma on the May 28th.
May 28th. And then there's one the day before. So I'm going to be doing 2 lots of commentary for these super matches. Just having a look. Dominic thinks that you are drinking gasoline.
Well, it's pink. So no, it's more like engine coolant, but it's just water that I've put all of my famous minerals in. So
minerals.
I'm big on the minerals, man.
The show wants to know honest opinion on the In-N-Out burger.
Well, I had Five Guys. Was it Five Guys? No. What's the other burger place? You got In-N-Out. What's the other big one?
I don't know, man. I'm in Melbourne.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know. In-N-Out's pretty good, man, but the other one was pretty good as well. And the only difference that I taste is the potatoes. In-N-Out, the potatoes are more like fries, and they're just like chips. But the other one that I had, I think it's Five Guys.
Whataburger?
No, not Whataburger.
No.
The other big one. That's mainly on the.
Everyone's screaming at you. Whataburger.
That's not Whataburger, man. It's not Whataburger.
Whataburger is the best, period.
Hang on, it might be. Is Whataburger the one where the potatoes, like the fries, actually have potato skin on them?
I don't know, man.
I don't
Chat,
know.
help me out. Help me out. Marcus Thompson thinks that you're drinking lawnmower petrol.
2-stroke. Bro, here's the thing. Nah, I own a 4-stroke, so it's just normal.
Wendy's?
No, not Wendy's.
Five Guys.
I'm pretty sure it's Five Guys, yeah.
Good times?
Good times. Good times had. Buy burgers. Yeah.
Travis Beckley, a huge supporter of the show, good friend of mine. Thank you very much. He says, Lachlan Adair went to Oklahoma and had Five Guys.
I'm not there yet. I'm in Petaluma. I don't go to Oklahoma till tomorrow.
Well, he's saying had Five Guys. You heard it here first. And he did a message earlier on. He apologizes because, let me find it. He says, I'm sorry. They brought you to the most boring state we have.
Bro, Petaluma's been nice. Cali's great. I mean, the people are dumb as dog shit, but play on. But they're not dumb. I think they're very clever on the computer, but when it comes to speaking to other people, they're very slow. Like, really slow.
Like their internet.
Yeah, like I've had to repeat myself so many times. I was like, my accent isn't that thick.
Yeah, I struggled big time going overseas. People, like when we had our honeymoon in the States, we're in New York, and I was trying to find where Madison Square Garden was. Yeah. And, of course, I don't pronounce probably 30% of the letters in the alphabet, and it's just rolled into one word. My whole sentence is just rolled into one word. So, like, we're there at the train station. I'm like, hey, guys, we're just going to watch the basketball. Can you let us know where Madison Square Garden is? And these two people just looked at each other and it's like, what do you say? Then my wife had to jump in and goes, we're here to watch the basketball. Where is Madison Square? Oh, yeah, just upstairs. Just go up there. So Ron Barth has no idea what I'm saying 80% of the time.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Yeah, because he's like, he's in construction, right? So you think about all of our construction workers, and we can barely understand them. Imagine Ron Barth; he can understand shit we're saying, let alone probably other Americans where he spent all of his life on a work site. So.
Oh, but he certainly understands when I call him Bubble Bath and he wants to give me the John Dabos. He said I'm the only one that's allowed to call him Bubble Bath, but every time I do it, I owe him a beer when he comes. So I'm going to
start calling him that all the time.
I'm about to take out a second mortgage when he finally comes. I owe him.
He don't drink like Godzilla. It's all right.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh, I can't imagine. I missed out when he came. Dan, that's a story for another day. Let's not dig up that. Let's not pick at that scab. That's a story for another day. Lachlan, how are you feeling? I am more than pumped. Main event this weekend. You're pulling on the Saturday, May 28th, which for my Australian crew, that's going to be Sunday morning. Just keep an eye on this channel. I'll let you know where everything, where to go and where to watch it. I'll have all the links and everything there to watch it. How are you feeling? And how are you feeling? Because you look good.
I'm still on Australian time. So last night I went to bed at 10:30, woke up at 1, was back asleep by like 3, and then I woke up at 11:30. So I'm still like 11:30 in the afternoon, or 11:30 in the morning. It was like 5 a.m. Australia. So, still on that time, but that kind of works well for me, I think, because I don't compete until the afternoon and in the nighttime. So it doesn't really matter. I'm still going to get plenty of sleep, plenty of opportunity to get all my fluids in as well. So, look, I'm feeling better than last time. I think it would have been, what's today, Wednesday. So I basically would have been competing tonight with the same schedule that I ran with Toddzilla. And it's like, I really kicked myself in the foot with that travel plan. So this one I've got I got 6 days between arriving and competing, and I feel better and better every day. Went to the gym today, just a light pump and just get my body moving again and knock some dust off. And yeah, I'm feeling good.
Is it on State Kings? Marcus Thompson's asking. Is it on State Kings?
Don't know.
That's the spirit. Let me have a quick look. State Kings. The Kings. The King of Australia at the moment. 10,000 reasons to smile. Maybe you
nice.
could do a Lincoln Hawk and just go and bet on yourself. That would be cool.
I would. Anyone will do it.
State King. Here we go. So choose player. I'm just going to look for your name.
I might bet someone my appearance fee.
No.
See if I get some more money out of it.
It's not there. Your appearance. So okay. So that's pretty cool. You're getting appearance fee and a winner's fee.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Tell me when to stop. How much money are you making? 5,000, 6,000, 10,000.
So it's the winner of my match with Austin's $1,000.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And left. I think it's just I don't know. I think $500 or something for the left. So yeah.
Big money day. Guys, we're going to wrap it up in a couple of more minutes. So if you've got some questions for Lockie, drop them in the chat. We'll pick the best ones out. We'll have a bit of a laugh while we're here. So the super match starts? Obviously, we all know the main event with Austin on the right. When are you pulling the left arm? What match number do you know?
I think a couple of hours before. So I'll have time to do that match, go back to the room, sleep, chill out, get some quiet time, get horizontal, and then in typical fashion, I'll rock up just before the match. Everyone will be freaking out. Where is he? It's like, I'm on my way. I'm coming. And just turn up with a bit of a sweat on, be having a couple of hoodies, and that's my warm-up. So, yeah. Also, I have to say, Sarah Latona made some really nice comments. Thank you, darling. Appreciate you.
Where's Sarah's one?
Just before. She commented before, and I didn't get to reply because we were in the thick of it.
Yeah, no, she's an absolute superstar. So is everyone else in the chat. We've got 63 people at the moment. Once again, internet issues with Paul, but I'll message Paul after this. Say thanks for coming on, and I'll give him a chop out and try and help promote this one. The Schmo says, not a question, but I'm taking Lockie on both of these and abandoning the US flag for these matches.
Patriotism meets the brain.
100%. 70% think you're going to win your right arm main event.
Thing is I go into this match. It's healthy for me to be nervous, really healthy. So when I'm nervous, that means that I'm firing on all cylinders and I'm hitting with everything. So, which is good.
Captain Obvious says Jagger's coming at you, all hopped up on the spray cheese. Beware. He was having a little snack while on the show with you last night.
Yeah, spray cheese. You know what you guys don't have, which was weird? I went to Safeways today, the grocery store, and I asked for cordial. And the guy just looked at me like,
I had this argument last week. I was had Uncle John, we were doing our thing, and I was saying like, oh my God, that something is as strong as wheat cordial. And he just looked at me and he couldn't even pronounce the word. And I was trying to think, and it's like, oh, you guys call it Kool-Aid.
Oh, it's a Kool-Aid. I thought that was just a drink by itself.
No, Kool-Aid's it's basically cordial, but instead you use powder. We use the liquid, but they use powder.
Yeah, right. Because I mean,
that drink.
This because I drink that. We call it Hydrolyte. They have Pedialyte, and then there's that liquid IV, which is along the same way. So I've just been. That's what this is full of, and I'm like, I normally mix it with cordial too, so I can get a little bit more flavor, you know.
A little bit more taste. No pressure, Lachlan. But the Money Slam has put 10K on you.
Where did you put that 10K? How do I get in on some of that 10K?
There you go. Let us know, Marcus, where you can get to where Lockie can get some of that action. He's feeling very confident. He'll jump in with you. Atlantis IRL, not sure if this is a serious question, but is Lachlan Australian? You better bloody believe it, he is.
Born and raised. My whole family's Scottish, but I was born and raised here, so in Australia. So
yeah, I think what everyone in the chat needs to understand is I'm the only Australian that sounds like this. A lot more Australians sound like Lockie. I just absolutely. So Lachlan's his vocal cords are a beautiful, beautiful guitar, strong strings, ready to go. Mine's like a broken ukulele, my vocal cords. Like if I could compare.
You could do this all day. They're made of wire ropes. That's what. But you're what we can say. What we call you're more ochre. That's what we call.
Yeah. More. Yeah, I'm more ochre. Absolutely. And
I'm a little bit more North Sydney. Bullshit.
Think you're better than all of us down south.
But my parents are from. My mum was from North Sydney, so. We speak with a little bit more diction.
Marcus Thompson says we can talk, Lockie, so it'd be nice to sit there, which is good. Guys, we'll wrap it up there. You've got Lachlan Adair here. He is very, very confident, and so he should be. The number one arm wrestler in the Oceanic region, now about to take some victories over there in the US. He's got 2 mega matches on the left arm midway through the card. He's taking on Pavlo Devev. And if those that don't know, he recently pulled John Brezink on both arms. And then the main event on home plate. Get over to Paul Italia's channel to watch it. The Aussie Arm Wrestler will be doing live commentary on that. Do not worry about that. I will make sure everything is looked after. He's got the right arm main event against Austin Jaggers, and he's got no qualms about it. Lockie's winning 3-0, 3-0. That has come straight out of his mouth. Lachlan, as always, you bloody dead set legend. Always appreciate you coming on the show and giving me
thanks, man. Appreciate being on.
We'll get there. Everyone in the chat, just give us a ready bang. A ready bang! And
ready bang!
Yes, we'll see you guys in about 48 hours for the first night. I'll be calling Uncle John's match. And then the second night for Lachlan Adair.